What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Cutter, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. Yesterday, we witnessed the undisputed fight, um, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. One of the best fights I've ever seen, which will go down as a classic. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Going into the fight, I wasn't hyped for the fight. Maybe because of how Tyson Fury was moving. Tyson Fury, he wasn't showing the same energy that I'm used to seeing. He was showing nervous energy. He was acting scared like Earl Spence was acting scared versus Terence Crawford. He refused to look at Alexander Usyk in the face. Like, it was the strangest thing, and I've never seen Tyson Fury look so uncomfortable and nervous in my life. Like, Tyson Fury, for years, tried to avoid this Alexander Usyk fight. He even tried to negotiate the fight publicly when we all know negotiations. Facts. Hey, yo, Brando Romero. Facts. It's the same. Bro, that fight even further proves what I already believe. You feel me? Tyson Fury was 262 pounds. Alexander Usyk was 223 pounds. But weight classes are there for a reason. Weight classes are there for a reason, right? That's what they say. Oh, but it don't matter. It's the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury is the biggest heavyweight I've ever seen. That man is in a super heavyweight division. He's in a division of his own. The dude is almost 7 feet tall, fighting a guy who is six. How tall is Usyk? 6'3", 6'3", 6'4". Like, he got Usyk by like almost 7 inch in height, and he has the arm reach, and he's 40 pounds bigger than the man. That's insane, bro. That's insane. But weight classes are there for a reason. Oh, it's just the heavyweight division. Nah, nah, nah. There should be a limit, bro. He outweighed that man by 40 pounds. He had a 7 inch arm reach. I said 7 inch arm reach. He had a 7 inch height advantage, and like he had the reach advantage as well. I mean, it was crazy to see, but skills pays the bills. Skills pays the bills. Anyway, I know you guys seen the undisputed game, which you can see in the corner right there. They was promoting this undisputed game for the Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk fight, right? This undisputed game, if you watch the preview, Tyson Fury knocks out Alexander Usyk in the undisputed game. I'm like, whoever made this game is clearly a casual and don't know shit about boxing. They also showed Terence Crawford getting knocked out by Canelo in the game. And I commented on that game too and said, whoever made the game don't know shit about boxing. The game had Tyson Fury knocking out Usyk, and the game also had Canelo Alvarez knocking out Terence Crawford. When I seen the preview from the game, I was like, yeah, the people that made this game don't know shit about boxing. But, let people think what they want to think. You got to let people believe what they want to believe. And we seen the game got it wrong. Fury getting his ass beat and should have been stopped in the ninth round. But anyway, moving forward, today I want to give you guys 10 reasons why Canelo Alvarez will lose to Terence Crawford. And I want you guys to stay tuned until I'm done my 10 reasons, and then we can talk about it. But like I was saying, last night was one of the greatest heavyweight fights I've ever seen. Going into that fight, I wasn't too excited for the fight, but the fight lived up to expectation. And we all know I'm a skills type of guy. I like watching boxers who have great boxing skills. And both of these guys had great boxing skills, and they deliver on the highest level. Um, but the only problem with this fight is the fact that Tyson Fury, he never used his size. He fought the wrong fight. He tried to outbox the smaller man. And that's exactly how Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is going to play out. Similar to that, Canelo is going to try to outbox Terence Crawford. Why would you try to outbox somebody who's a better boxer than you, has a higher IQ than you? That's a lose-lose situation. You're not playing into your strength. You're playing into your weaknesses. Because if you have the size on somebody and you both are good boxers and you're the bigger man, you're supposed to bully the smaller man. Don't try to don't try to play into his strength. Use your size. And Fury never used his size, and he got outsmarted by Alexander Usyk. And Usyk almost stopped him because of that. I recently seen an interview from Shakur Stevenson. I just want to touch a little bit on this. I recently seen an interview from Shakur Stevenson, guys. Shakur Stevenson said Terence Crawford is the best fighter he has ever been in a ring with. And we know Shakur Stevenson has, if not if not one of the highest, in my opinion, probably he might have the highest IQ in boxing right now, next to Terence Crawford and Usyk. Shakur Stevenson has a very high IQ. I see an interview from Shakur where he says, I was sparring Terence Crawford and my freaking brain was hurting from sparring Terence Crawford because it was so much thinking in there. I had to do so much thinking that my brain was hurting after the sparring match because everything I wanted to do, he was ready for it. Like it was like we had it was like we had to it was like we had to like think 3 steps ahead of each other. I wanted to do something and he knew I wanted to do it. He wanted to do something and I knew he wanted to do it and he knew I wanted to do it. My brain was hurting so bad from sparring Terence Crawford that I was like I was mentally exhausted. Shakur Stevenson said I was mentally exhausted from fighting Terence Crawford. He said after I sparred Terence Crawford, I don't think anybody can beat me because that's the highest level of work you can get from anywhere. And if I do good against Terence Crawford, there's nobody in the world that can beat me. And that's how Shakur Stevenson feels. And he said, when I'm in the ring with Terence Crawford, he says when I'm in the gym with Terence Crawford, I've watched Terence Crawford knock out heavyweights. He said, and I mean knockout heavyweights. He said, I seen Terence Crawford knocked out a heavyweight cold. So Terence Crawford has amazing punching power. And I will favor Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez. This is Shakur Stevenson being in the gym with Terence Crawford. He says, I seen Terence Crawford knock out heavyweights. I was like, wow, that's impressive. I mean, we all know why Canelo is saying he won't get any credit for fighting Terence Crawford. He won't get credit because in his head he won't get credit for fighting Terence Crawford, which makes absolutely no sense. Canelo has fought almost everybody. He has all the credit in the world. He don't need credit for fighting Terence Crawford. He just needs to fight Terence Crawford because that's the fight the fans want to see. What do you need credit for? We already say you have the best resume in boxing. What more credit do you need? So it don't make any sense when Canelo says, I'm not going to get any credit for fighting Terence Crawford. That's why I changed my channel to Terence Crawford beats no credit Canelo Alvarez because of those ignorant statement by Canelo Alvarez. He says, I get no credit for fighting Terence Crawford. Canelo, wake up and smell the fresh air. You don't need credit for fighting Terence Crawford. You've been in the ring with almost everybody. When anybody talks boxing, they say Canelo has the best resume in boxing. You don't need any more credit if people are already seeing you have the best resume in boxing. You don't need to prove anything to us. You've already proven what you had to prove to us. So when Canelo says, I'm not going to get credit for fighting Terence Crawford, it's a laughable statement. It makes no sense. And he needs to stop saying that because he already has all the credit in the world from fighting everybody else. So you don't need credit for fighting Terence. You just need to give the fans an exciting fight. Honestly, that's all you need to do. Give the fans an exciting fight. But moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and read some of the comments before I give you guys the 10 reasons. Third Eye Explosion, salute. He says, Canelo rather fight one-dimensional Spence. Hey, yo, Third Eye Explosion, you know what's crazy, bro? Canelo was in a 3-fight deal with PBC, and the third guy on that list was Errol Spence Jr. The third guy on that list was Errol Spence Jr. Can you believe that? Errol Spence was the third guy on the list. So he was okay to fight Errol Spence Jr., but he's not okay to fight Terence Crawford. Are you serious? He was okay to fight. He was okay to fight Errol Spence because Errol Spence was the third guy on the list when he signed with PBC. But when Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence, he said, I didn't sign up for Terence Crawford. I signed up for Errol Spence. Salute, Third Eye Explosion. You got that right. Blueprint GB. Usyk and Inoue and Bivol has higher IQ than Shakur. I'm gonna put your dumb ass in timeout. I'm not gonna go back and forth with casuals today. Usyk, Inoue, and Bivol has a higher IQ than Shakur. You don't know shit about boxing. Put your dumb ass in timeout for that. I gotta put you in timeout for that. Blueprint GB. I don't agree with that. What? They have a higher IQ than Shakur. Shakur. If Shakur don't want you to touch him, you can't touch him. How can you have a higher IQ than a guy who can go 12 rounds without you landing a single punch? Go watch Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez couldn't even hit Shakur Stevenson. Yet you're saying Shakur Stevenson has a higher IQ. I mean, all these other guys have a higher IQ than Shakur Stevenson. If Shakur Stevenson don't want you to touch him, you can't touch him. He has the, if not top one, top two highest IQ in the sport. So I'm not gonna argue with this guy. I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. If the man don't want you to touch him, you're not gonna touch him. He can literally stand in front of you and you can't hit him. Cause he anticipates what punches you're gonna throw. His IQ is on another level. STZ salute. He said, "Oh yeah, Canelo ain't gonna be able to hit Bud." Facts. Salute. Third Eye Explosion. Brano Romero. He's fighting the future face of boxing, Berlanga. Oh, come on, man. A terrible fight. Terrible fight. Don't nobody want to see that fight. Don't nobody want to see Berlanga. But anyway, let me get to my 10 reasons. The reason why you guys came here. Let me get to my 10 reasons why Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. Let me put the 10 reasons up and let's break it down. Hopefully, you guys can see the 10 reasons why Terence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. And on my list, coming in at number one, Canelo Alvarez is a counterpuncher, not a pressure fighter. That is the number one reason why I feel Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is a counterpuncher and not a pressure fighter. What do I mean by that? When a small guy move up in weight to fight a bigger guy, the small guy is the more skillful fighter. He should be, unless you're Charlo, who don't have any freaking skills and want to fight Canelo just for the payday. But usually when a small guy move up in weight, he's supposed to be the more skillful fighter, right? So what is the bigger guy supposed to do? Is the bigger guy supposed to go? Is the bigger guy supposed to try? Is the bigger guy supposed to try to outbox the little guy? Why would the bigger guy try to outbox the little guy? Do that make sense? Canelo being a counterpuncher, meaning he's going to try to outbox Terence Crawford. He's going to try to time Terence Crawford, try to outbox Terence Crawford, and it's not going to work. You cannot play into the strengths of the smaller man. It's not going to work. You cannot play into the strengths of the smaller man. If you're the bigger man, you're supposed to impose your will. Canelo being a counterpuncher is not imposing his will on the smaller man. He's actually giving the smaller man a chance to win the fight by being a counterpuncher. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Canelo being a counterpuncher will be his downfall. When a small guy move up in weight, you're supposed to pressure this guy. You're supposed to be a pressure fighter. You're supposed to walk that guy down and try to stop him. That's not in Canelo's DNA. That's not in his nature. He is not a pressure fighter where he's going to walk you down and try to knock you out. No, he's going to try to counterpunch you. And that's why he's been successful in the bigger weight classes because of his boxing ability. But now he's going to fight somebody who has who has better boxing ability, higher IQ. So it's going to be bad for Canelo to try to be a counterpuncher against somebody who's a better boxer than him. This is my number one reason why Canelo loses to Terence Crawford. He's going to try to outbox Terence Crawford instead of walking Terence Crawford down. And that's a recipe for disaster. Number two on my list, Canelo is not a natural 168-pound fighter. He is daring to be great. When we watch Canelo versus anybody at super middleweight, guys, Canelo always looks like the smaller man, which means he's in a weight class he doesn't belong. This is a guy who started his career at 140, guys. He started his career at 140. He is not a natural super middleweight. This is my number two reason why Terence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. Number three on my list, Canelo hasn't KO'd anyone in 3 years. Why would you put your money on a guy for a knockout who hasn't had a knockout in 3 years? Sit down and think about it before you make dumb decisions when it comes to the sport of boxing. Why would I put my money on somebody to get a knockout when he hasn't knocked out anybody in 3 years? And he's fighting somebody who's better than anybody he's been fighting in 3 years. That's even worse. You want me to put my money on a guy, Canelo, by knockout, to knock out somebody who's better than anybody Canelo has been fighting in recent years. Do you guys understand that? Why would I put my money on a guy to get a knockout if he hasn't gotten a knockout in 3 years and he's fighting a guy who's better than anybody he's been fighting in 3 years? That's a negative. I said that's a negative. That's a double negative. What the freak is a negative? I meant to say that's a double negative. Imagine putting your money on a guy who hasn't got a knockout in 3 years to knock out a guy who's better than anybody he's fought in 3 years. Tell me how that makes any sense in the world. Number 4 on my list, Canelo is 5'7.5" with a 70-inch arm reach. Canelo is 5'7.5" with a 70-inch arm reach. How are you a super middleweight and you're 5'7.5" with a 70-inch arm reach? That is the smallest super middleweight I've ever seen, other than Sean Porter. We know Sean Porter was a super middleweight when he started his career, and he realized he was way too small to be a super middleweight. And what did Sean Porter do? He left super middleweight division and came down to 147, where Canelo Alvarez should be competing. Canelo should be at 147. What the freak is he doing at 168? He's in a weight class he doesn't belong. He's daring to be great. He is not a natural 168-pound fighter. He should be at 147 where Sean Porter was. Sean Porter started his career as super middleweight. Canelo actually went up to super middleweight. So he's daring to be great when he really should be at 147 in a weight class where he'll be a natural 147-pound fighter. This is what people don't understand when they talk about this fight. Canelo should be at 147, not 168. And Canelo got hurt at 147 by Jose Miguel Cotto's brother. Now, number 5 on my list, Canelo is usually always the better boxer when he fights. Do you guys understand that? What that means? Whenever Canelo fights anybody, we know Canelo is the better fighter, right? He's the more skillful fighter. In recent years, everybody's Canelo has fought. He's been the better fighter, skillfully. Yes or no? This is the first time since Floyd Mayweather or Erislandy de Lara where Canelo will be at a deficit where he's not the better fighter, or Dimitri Bivol. My bad, Dimitri Bivol. I don't want to forget about Dimitri Bivol. Where Canelo will be in a ring with a guy where he's not the better fighter. He's not the better boxer. So, number 5 on my list, Canelo always fights. Canelo's always the better boxer when he fights. Not in this case versus Terence Crawford. Number 6 on my list, Canelo is not good in the clinches. He has a horrible inside game, and he's not good in the clinches. He will get bullied in the clinches versus Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford will bully Canelo Alvarez in the clinches. Terence Crawford is a wrestler. He has freakish strength on the inside. He throws short hooks on the inside. Canelo will look to hold, while Terence Crawford will look to counter Canelo with short punches on the inside. He'll bully Canelo. He'll wrestle Canelo on the inside and make Canelo look really bad on the inside. Number 7 on my list, Canelo has slow feet. Canelo has slow feet. Canelo has slow feet. This is number 7 on my list. Canelo has slow feet. This is why he wasn't able to cut off the ring against Jermell Charlo. And Jermell Charlo don't have the best defense in the sport of boxing. Jermell Charlo moved up 2 weight classes coming off a hand injury to fight Canelo Alvarez. But because of Canelo's slow feet, he wasn't able to cut off the ring and stop Jermell Charlo when Jermell Charlo was a freaking punching bag. Jermell Charlo was a punching bag, and because of Canelo's slow feet, he wasn't able to cut off the ring and stop Jermell Charlo. Number 8 on my list, Canelo telegraphs his punches. Even though I will tell y'all this though, he does traps. Canelo shows you traps. He'll act like he'll act like he's throwing a jab, but then throw a body shot. He'll act like he's throwing a body shot, but then come over with a hook or a right hand. He does telegraphs his punches, but he does have some traps. I won't lie. He does have traps. He does show traps. So I'll give him the fact that he has traps in his game, but he telegraphs his punches. You can see his punches coming from a mile away. Number 9 on my list, Canelo has no killer instincts. No killer instinct. In recent years, I have not seen Canelo try to go all out and go for the knockout. We seen that against John Ryder, where Canelo didn't show killer instinct. We seen that against Jermell Charlo, where Canelo didn't show killer instinct. We seen that against Jaime Munguia, where Canelo didn't show killer instinct. Yet people are gonna say Canelo carried that guy. No, Canelo just didn't have the killer instinct to close the show. And number 10 on my list, Canelo is an old 33 and he's slowing down. This is a guy that's been pro since he was what? This is a guy that's been pro since he was 15 years old. Since he was 15 years old, he's been pro. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's been pro since he was 15 years old. He's slowing down. He's an old 33 years old. This isn't the Canelo of old. Canelo's slowing down. But I don't want to say too much on that because I don't want to diminish Terence Crawford's victory if Canelo ever get in the ring with Terence Crawford. Those are my 10 reasons why Canelo will lose to Terence Crawford. And we seen the picture of the game, right? Let me put it up one more time for you guys. Let me put up the picture of the game for you guys one more time so you guys can see this real quick. Where is that game? Let me put it up for you guys one more time, and then I'll go over my 10 reasons one more time, and then I'll read you guys' comments. Damn, that's a lot of comments. This is the undisputed game they was promoting, right? We know the people who created the game are casual fanboys. They don't know shit about boxing. In the preview of the game, they had Tyson Fury knocking out Alexander Uysk. Tyson Fury just got his ass beat. They had Canelo knocking out Terence Crawford. Canelo's going to get his ass beat. The creators of the games, they don't know shit about boxing. But yeah, guys, this is my 10 reasons why Canelo will lose to Terence Crawford. If you have anything to add to that, drop that in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section why you think Crawford beats Canelo or why you think Canelo beats Crawford. So drop your comments in the comment section. Let me go over it one more time, and then I'll read the comments. Number 1, Canelo is a counterpuncher, not a pressure fighter. Number 2, Canelo is not a natural 168-pound fighter. He's daring to be great. Number 3, Canelo hasn't KO'd anyone in 3 years. Number 4, Canelo is 5'7.5" with a 70-inch arm reach. Number 5, Canelo is usually always the better fighter when he fights. Number 6, Canelo is not good in the clinches and inside. Number 7, Canelo has slow feet. Number 8, Canelo telegraphs his punches. Number 9, Canelo has no killer instinct. And number 10, Canelo is an old 33. Canelo, no disrespect to Canelo, but he's one of the most overhyped fighters I've seen in recent years. The hype behind Canelo is ridiculous. Every time Canelo fights, everybody says, Canelo by knockout, Canelo by knockout. And Canelo goes in there and he goes 12 rounds with these guys. And everybody that says Canelo by knockout, they look stupid every single time. I was so confused to the fact that he couldn't knock out Charlo when Charlo was coming off a hand injury. A guy coming off a hand injury going up 2 weight classes and you can't knock him out. And then your excuse is he was running. That makes no sense. If he's running, that means he's a punching bag. That means it should be easier for you to knock him out because he's actually not trying to fight. But people don't know that because they don't know shit about boxing. Oh, he was running. Where the freak is he running to? You can't get out of a ring. It's a 12-round fight. There is no way you get out of the ring in a 12-round fight. The bigger man should have found a way to close the show, and Canelo just couldn't do it. Now it's time for me to read y'all comments. It looks like I got like 40 comments, and I haven't been reading it. But I didn't want to be distracted, guys, so I couldn't read the comments. So bear with me. I had to get my points across before I even read the comments because I do these lives and I don't get my point across and I get distracted by the comments. So you guys got to let me get my thoughts off before you spam me in the comments. Now I'm going to read the comments. So let's go ahead and read the comments. Uh damn, I can't see all of the comments because the comments disappear. But we'll go to my guy, Siable. He said facts, skills over size. I agree 100%. Blueprint GB. He tags Damon Hickman. Nah, Usyk plan already work at the point Fury gas. Gracie H4. Easy. Salute. Blueprint GB. Damon Hickman. The only rounds he dominated was 4 and 5. That's it. What are you talking about? Yeah, Fury only won the mid rounds. He didn't win that many rounds, in my opinion. He won only the middle rounds. He didn't win that many rounds. He came on a little bit in the 11 and 12, but Usyk clearly dominated the whole fight. Fury wasn't gassed like that until he got caught. From 2 to 7, I had Fury winning. I don't know about round two. I don't know about round two. I had Fury winning the early. I had Usyk winning the early rounds. Blueprint GB, Damon Hickman. Nah, he gassed. Rewatch it. It was round 7. Usyk pressure got to him. Not to mention the output. Blueprint GB. Salute. Okay, Blueprint GB. I think I snapped on you earlier. I forgot what you said. Maybe I should have kept my emotions to myself. I did snap on you earlier. I don't know what you said that I snapped on you, but you're saying your stuff when it came to the Usyk versus Fury fight. So I got to give you that. Cyborg, Canelo gonna gas too after round 8. Hey yo, Cyborg. Damn, I should have put that on my list. Canelo don't have the engine to compete with Terence Crawford. He's gonna gas. He's gonna gas. Yup. I forgot to mention that on my list. I forgot to put that on my list. Cyborg, salute. I appreciate that. Damon Hickman. Fury was in there playing around. That was his fault. Clear rounds, Fury won rounds 4, 5, 12, and maybe 6 to 7. Maybe 6 or 7. Forgot which rounds, but he won 4 rounds at best. Yeah, I couldn't see Fury winning more than 4 rounds. You can argue to give him 5 rounds, 7-5, but I only saw Fury winning 4 rounds. And in those 4 rounds, he was very dominant. I'm not going to lie. He was very dominant with the body shots and the uppercuts. He was very dominant with the body shots and the uppercuts, but he clearly lost the fight. It was clearly uh, uh, in favor of Fury. I mean, Usyk because of the volume punch and the high output. Sticking his tongue out. He said sticking his tongue out like a little kid. Fury always do that, honestly. If Usyk didn't get the knockdown, he would have lost for real. I don't know. I think they try to rob Usyk. That's why it was close. If he didn't get the knockdown, I don't think he would have lost. I think they would have made it a draw. The knockdown saved Usyk and gave him the win. Because if he didn't get the knockdown, they would have made it a draw. Saibal salute. He said Fury won't ever showboat on Usyk again. If he decides to take that rematch, it won't help much. Though Usyk got his number. Saibal salute. I agree. Usyk playing work before he even hurt Fury. He gassed and hurt Tyson in rounds 6 and 7, which changed the momentum of the fight. I gotta agree with my guy Blueprint. Blueprint, I gotta give you that. Yeah, I don't want to see Fury fight anymore. He said, I don't want to see Fury fight anymore. Come on, bro. When a guy take one loss, we can't say we don't want to see him fight no more. You know, some people are saying that about Earl Spence too. They're saying they don't want to see Earl Spence Jr. fight anymore because he took one loss to Terence Crawford. Come on, man. That's not fair to these fighters. Then these guys are not going to want to fight. This is why Fury didn't want to fight Usyk in the first place, because people were going to say this. What Damon Hickman is saying. Yeah, I don't want to see Fury fight anymore. Come on, bro. People are saying that about Earl Spence. This is why Fury was trying to avoid the Usyk fight, because he knew people was going to say stuff like this if he lost. And now he lost and people are saying it. Come on. Come on, bro. Don't say that. This is his first loss officially. So we can't say that. When I say before he hurt him, I meant round 9. I don't want to see the rematch. I want to see the rematch. An old 33 versus a young 36. Saibal, salute. I agree. Damon Hickman, he wasn't gonna win either way. Usyk had him long before that round. I gotta agree with Blueprint GB on this one. Fury was doing all that dancing before the fight, shaking my hand, and Usyk was locked in. It was hella upset last night. It really was. It really was. Buzz stopped Nello round 10. Blueprint GB. I gotta give you that. Yup. There's a possibility Bud could get Canelo out of there. Canelo's scary. He not fighting Bud. He already said it. Shaking my hand. Number 11. Canelo not fighting Bud. Hey yo, you shout out, bro. Blueprint GB. You was capping earlier. No credit. Hold on. What did I say? What did I say, Blueprint GB? I forgot what I said because I don't know why me and you why we was going back and forth just now. I did say some bullshit. Oh, with the Shakur Stevenson situation. Hey, yo, Blueprint GB. I'm a huge Shakur Stevenson fan, so I got a little carried away. I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm a huge Shakur Stevenson fan, bro. I let my emotions get to me, Blueprint. I apologize for that. So I'll put you in timeout. But I'm a huge Shakur Stevenson fan. That's why I'm saying his IQ is that high. Maybe you're right, but I think his IQ is still high. But I apologize from earlier, my guy. It was the Shakur Stevenson conversation that got me upset earlier. But maybe you're right. Maybe Usyk and all these other guys you mentioned, maybe they have a higher IQ than Shakur. But I'm a big fan of Shakur. That's why I got a little bad. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, that list you did was on point. Hey, yo, Breno Romero, I appreciate that, bro. I had to sit down and think about it thoroughly, too. I had to sit down. I didn't just put anything together. I sat down and thought about it thoroughly. Damon Hickman, I don't want to speak. Yo, come on, bro. Damon Hickman, come on, bro. Why you saying that? He said, I don't want to see Spence fight anymore either. Oh, come on, bro. You tripping, bro. Why you don't want to see Spence fight no more? Come on, gang. Come on. Just because a guy take one loss, that don't mean we don't want to see him fight no more. Come on, bro. I want to see Spence fight. By the way, I said earlier, Usyk, Inoue, and Bivol all have higher IQ than Shakur. It ain't no debate we talking about. No defense. We talking about in general, that was embarrassing what you said earlier. Hey, yo, Blueprint GB, listen to me. Blueprint GB, listen to me. I'm a huge Shakur Stevenson fan. I'm a huge Shakur Stevenson fan, bro. So I didn't like the fact that you were putting all of those guys ahead of my guy. So I let my emotion get the best of me. But I won't say you're wrong because those guys does have higher IQ. I mean high IQ. But I think I will put all of them in the same category. You can rank it how you want to rank it, but Shakur Stevenson is one of my favorite fighters to watch. So I'm a huge fan. So I got a little carry away. I'll give you that. I apologize on putting you on timeout, but Shakur is my guy. I still want to see Crawford versus Charlo. Oh, come on. You want to see Charlo get hurt, bro? You want to see Charlo get hurt? I don't want to see that massacre. It's going to be worse than the Spence fight. If Crawford fights Charlo, it's going to be worse than the Spence fight. I promise you that. Charlo, he's going to be a punching bag like he was versus Canelo. Charlo is too afraid of Crawford. He's going to be a punching bag. Blueprint GB says, I'm a big core fan too, nigga. But I ain't no fanboy, nobody. To be honest, I'ma speak facts. All right, I gotta give you that. I'll let you talk your shit. You know, that's how you supposed to be. Damon Hickman says, nah, I do want to see Spence fight Ryan low key, cause Ryan be popping it. I probably want to see that too. I want to see that. Other than that, I don't want to see Spence fight because he ain't want to run it back with Bud. Yeah, Spence team said he was still injured, but yet he steps in the ring with Fondora and tries to fight Fondora, but he was still injured. It makes no sense. Blueprint says, you didn't see what else I said earlier. I said Shakur the best young fighter in boxing. Okay, I didn't say that. I didn't see that. You're right. I didn't see Blueprint. I didn't see that. So I didn't see that. All I saw was you ranking a lot of guys over Shakur, and it kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It pissed me off because Shakur's my boy. You see Brian Norman knock out Centillion? He called out Barrios. Hey, yo, I didn't see that fight. Brian Norman knocked out Centillion? Hey, yo, that's what's up. Shout out to Brian Norman. You know, I thought that was gonna be a nice fight for both guys. But Brian Norman knocking out Centillion, that's great. Brian Norman versus Barrios is a solid fight. Brian Norman versus Jerron Boots Ennis in the future is a super fight, right? Let's see Brian Norman versus Boots. Boots don't have a lot of opponents. He got the likes of Brian Norman now. Brian Norman Jr. versus Jerron Boots Ennis. I like to see it. Damon Hickman. That's exactly what I'm saying right now. Brian Norman should have called out Boots. That's the fight. Unless he want to save Boots for last. Unless he want to save Boots for last. But that's the fight to make. Who y'all got, Core or Boots? To be honest, I might be rocking with Core, best defense in boxing. Usyk's second best defense in boxing. Hey, yo, listen, man. Hey, yo, listen. I'm not even going to lie. I might favor Core myself. Hey, yo, Blueprint. I might favor Core myself. But I want to see how Core does when he move up in weight. But skill for skill, I got Shakur over Jerron Ennis any day of the week. Shakur Stevenson even said in the amateurs, him and Jerron Ennis used to go back and forth where they was competing for being the best fighter back to back. Years after years, both guys was trying to compete to see who was the best fighter in their respective weight class. He said in the amateurs, me and Jerron Ennis was competing neck for neck to see who the better fighter was in the amateurs. And clearly the better fighter was Shakur in the amateurs because he went on to win Olympic silver medalist. He went on to become an Olympic silver medalist. And Jerron Ennis He wasn't an Olympian. He never went far to compete for an Olympic medal. Shakur did. Brian Romero, he said, so who you got if Tank and Shakur fight? I don't know who wins, honestly. I give the slight edge to Shakur. I give the slight edge to Shakur if he fights Tank. That's just my opinion. Maybe Tank can shock the world, but Shakur got the slight edge, in my humble opinion. That fight was fireworks. That fight was fireworks. Good morning. Salute. Congrats to Usyk on Undisputed. Carlos Rosado. That was a hell of a fight, man. I was amazed watching that fight. Both guys put on a show. Brian versus Barrios, Brian versus Boots, Brian versus Stanionis, then the winner for Undisputed. I would love to see it. I like that. Shakur Saibel says Shakur is ahead of Boots in terms of accomplishments. Boots playing catch up, even though his talent is Shakur level. I gotta agree with my man Saibel. Neck for neck, no Diddy. Hey yo, Brian Romero, you gotta pause on that one. No Diddy. But salute though. Yeah, you right. They neck and neck with it. Boots was getting beat by Gary Antoine Russell in the amateurs. Yes, he was. That's an interesting fact right there. Brian Romero, salute. GB Blueprint says Shakur easy. He'll jab the shit out of Tank, and I can see him dropping Tank. Core got underrated power. Folks got Core effed up thinking he got pillow hands. He dropped people in every fight. Hey yo, Blueprint. I don't want to say too much because I don't want Gervonta Tank Davis fans to get mad at me. But I rock with Shakur in that fight. Except Santos, but only because he broke his hand. Yeah, that's the only fight they'll look at because Shakur had a hand injury. Damon Hickman says, you tripping if you think Shakur can drive Tank. Listen, if you get, Damon Hickman, listen, bro, if you get hit with clean shots, hey, Damon Hickman, you got to sit down and think about it for a second. A lot of people were saying the same shit in Alexander Usyk versus, what's his name fight? Tyson Fury. Didn't a lot of people think Usyk couldn't hurt Fury? Remember, a lot of people thought Usyk couldn't hurt Fury? Remember people saying that? And what happened in that fight? The better skillful fighter, he was able to hurt Fury. So why do you think Shakur can't hurt Tank if he's going to hit Tank with some clean shots? It's a possibility, bro. You don't want to rule that out. It's a very good chance. Shakur, it's a possibility. You don't want to rule out, especially if you're getting hit with clean punches over and over. Damon Hickman, not at all. He can definitely drop Tank. You sleeping on court. I got to agree with my guy, Blueprint, man. I got it, Blueprint. Once again, I apologize from earlier, Blueprint. I snapped on you because I thought you was hating on Shakur, but you saying your shit right now. I gotta agree with my guy Blueprint on this one. You sleeping on Tank. Nah, bro, we ain't sleeping on Tank, bro. We know how good Tank is. I think if anybody's sleeping on anybody, Damon, I think you sleeping on Shakur. You sleeping on Shakur. We ain't sleeping on Tank. We know how good Tank is, but we know Shakur is just a little bit next level. Tank versus Shakur is the best fight at 135, bar none. I agree, Seibel. I agree. Boo's gonna struggle with a guy who is in his chest with a chin. Yes, he is. Core gonna be running all around the ring on Tank losing rounds, just like Fury was doing. Oh, come on, Damon. This is the biggest fight. Why would Core be running? He's gonna step the Tank, bro. He's gonna step to him. He's not gonna be running. Not sleeping on Tank at all. I think he's the second best young fighter in boxing. beyond court. I gotta agree with my man Blueprint. I like Shakur. He's my favorite fighter of the young ones, but I think it's a closer fight than people think. It could be. It could be a closer fight. I don't think it's a one-sided fight. I think it's a close fight. Fury always gets dropped. Not a good comparison. Hey, yo, but I'm saying, people were saying Usyk couldn't drop Fury. I know he always get dropped, but people were saying Usyk couldn't do it. That's the only point I'm making. I never say he don't get dropped, bro. He do always get dropped. But people were saying they don't think Usyk could do it. I was starting to think Usyk couldn't hurt Fury. Then I realized it was the other way around. Hey yo. Hey yo, that's crazy. Damon Hickman. Tank then got hit harder with clean shots by harder punches. Damon Hickman. You gotta remember this though. It's the punches that you don't see coming. Those are the punches that rock you. The ones that you don't see coming. Those are the punches that do the job. The punches that you don't see coming. Who you think is the only fighter? Let me see what Brian Romero says. He says, who you think is the only fighter did would challenge Boots besides Crawford? Because I see him destroying everybody besides Virgil Ortiz and Crawford. Um, I used to think Devin Haney would give Boots a run for his money, but I don't know about that anymore. I think Teofimo Lopez can come up to. I think Teofimo Lopez can come up to 147 and give Boots a good run for his money. Gary Antoine Russell can give Boots a really great fight. I think Teofimo Lopez, Gary Antoine Russell, uh, maybe Ryan Garcia a little bit. I don't know, maybe. But the guys at 140 can come up to 147. They could give Boots a good run for his money. So I think the guys at 147, if they come up, I think the guys at 140, if they come up to 147, they're skill enough to give Boots a run for his money. Tank got better defense than Fury. Whoa, 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 whoa. Damon Hickman. That's a very, very arguable, that's a very, very arguable comment right there. You know, I'm a Tank fan, but I don't know if his defense is way better than Fury. That's very questionable, bro. Damon Hickman, that's very questionable right there. Shakur nice, but I don't think he can beat. I don't think he can beat Shakur. You mean you don't think he can beat Tank? I mean, we'll have to wait and see, right? This is why we all have opinions. That's cool, but Shakur got the best defense in boxing. He's also got the best offense than Tank. At the best defense. Hey, yo, Damon don't believe it. He's seen all those shots coming, though. Barrios almost dropped Tank. Tank played it off. Ortiz didn't beat Teo. I mean, styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. Tim Tszyu can give Boots problem if he moves up to 54. I agree with that. I think Tim can give Boots a run for his money. Barrios didn't almost drop Tank. He clearly beat Teo. Y'all just saying anything now. Hey, yo, Damon. Damon saying y'all just saying. Hell, Madrimov will give Boots some work. That could be the case. Damon Hickman, you're very biased. Hey, yo. That actually be 50-50. You're very biased against Tank. Hey, yo, Damon, we know you from Virginia, bro. You're not too far from Baltimore. But come on, bro. You're very biased for Tank. We know you from Virginia, bro. You're not too far from Maryland. So we know Tank is your guy. But come on, bro. We put the feelings aside when it comes to the sport of boxing. We don't bet on emotions. We don't pick on emotions. We pick on boxing skills and what the guy has shown us. So we know you're from Virginia. We know Baltimore is right there. We know Maryland is right there. We know Tank is your guy. but you got to put the emotions to the side and just look at it from a skill point of view. Shakur is a very skillful fighter. I agree with Blueprint. Salute, Saibal. Those Slavic fighters are never easy work. Damon Hickman said it ain't even that. I don't know, bro. I know you. All I know is you from VA, and you're not too far from Tank. So you want to root for your hometown guy. So I don't know. Those are the vibes you're giving me. Maybe I'm wrong. Blueprint, top 10 most skillful fighter. Number 1, Bud. Number 2, Usyk. Number 3, Inoue. Number 4, Bivol. Number 5, Shakur. Number 6, Morrell. Number 7, Booz. Number 8, Tank. Number 9, Lomo. Number 10, Fury. Hey, yo, Blueprint. I'm loving your list, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Blueprint. I gotta give you that one, blow. I meant bro. I said blow. I gotta give you that, Blueprint. I like your list very well. We'll have similar list if I made a list myself, Blueprint. If I made a list, our list would be very similar. I gotta give you that, Blueprint. Your list is very similar to mine. I like that list a lot, bro. I gotta give you that. Number 1, Bud. Number 2, Usyk. Number 3, Inoue. Number 5, Bivol. Number 6, Shakur. Number 7, Morale. Number 8, Boots. Number 9, Tank. Number 10, Loma Fury. Yo, I like your list a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There is a few we can maybe switch around a little bit, but I like your list. It's the closest thing to my list. I think the only thing that would affect Crawford in the Canelo fight is all the weight he will be putting on. Hopefully it doesn't slow him down and affects his power. If not, he kills Canelo. Hey yo, Brain Romero, I just want to say this for a second, Brain Romero. And a lot of people neglect this. I think boxing fans forget that guys don't fight at their natural weight classes. When Terence Crawford was fighting at 147, he never really fought at 147, Brian Romero. I just want to address my guy, Brian Romero, for a second. When Terence Crawford was fighting at 147, he never really fought at 147. On fight night, he was fighting in the middleweight division. He was fighting damn near 160, 165 when he fought at 147. At 154, Crawford is not going to be fighting at 154. He'll be fighting at 165, 168, maybe 170. These guys rehydrate 15 to 20 pounds on fight night. And not to mention David Benavidez, who rehydrates almost 30 pounds. So we got to understand that these guys are not fighting at their natural weight. So you can't say all the extra weight Crawford will be putting on. Honestly, he won't be putting on extra weight if he's fighting at those weight classes already. All he has to do is just come in at 168. That's not putting on weight because he already fights around 168 every single fight, Brain Romero. This is what a lot of people don't understand. And I just want to give you clarity when it comes to the weight. When Crawford weighed in at 154 versus Madrimov, he's not going to be fighting at 154 on fight night. He's going to rehydrate about 15 to 20 pounds. So he might be fighting at 170, 174. But I'll say he might be fighting at 165. But that's only 10 pounds. If he's fighting at 165, that's only 10 pounds from 154. So I think he's going to rehydrate more than 10 pounds. Crawford probably be 170. 170 on fight night. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. He's already fighting that super middleweight every single fight. Look at Devin Haney. For his fight versus Regis Prograis, Devin Haney, he fights at 140. He was 165 pounds. He was a freaking super middleweight fighting at lightweight. How the freak is a super middleweight fighting at lightweight and he keeps his speed, his power, all of that? So he doesn't fight at 140, just how a lot of these guys don't fight at their original weight class. And people need to realize that. But I just wanted to bring some clarity to my guy, Brandon Romero, so he don't think the weight will be a factor. So you don't think Crawford's going to be putting on weight when Crawford already fight at that weight class on fight night. All he has to do is just make weight, but he rehydrates. And when he rehydrates, he's fighting in the 160s, 170s. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people need to understand that. Brandon Romero, salute. My man Damon Hickman said, I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Bro, you right next, you right there near Maryland, though. You right near Maryland. Sybil says, Bud won't put on that much weight, Brandon. He just won't need to cut as much weight. He'll be healthier than we ever seen him. I agree with my man Sybil. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. The weight wouldn't be a factor. Just like Usyk was 223 pounds, Fury was 262 pounds. What did it come down to? It came down to the skill set. He was 40 pounds bigger than Usyk. Tyson Fury was 40 pounds bigger than Usyk. And it came down to the skill set. Bud said Usyk is number one pound for pound. Hey, yo, Damon Hickman, I knew you was going to say that, too. I knew you was going to come here and say that. And if Bud say it, I can't argue with it. You know, if Bud says Usyk is number one pound for pound, he says, I seen it. Bud said, I'm not a hater. But if I was to make anybody pound for pound number one, it'll be Usyk. And if Bud said it, I can't get mad at him. Usyk said, Inoue said Bud is number one. Bud said Usyk is number one. So I can't argue with those guys. Solid list. Yup, that's a solid list. I say Usyk got the best win in boxing right now. Usyk is pound for pound number one in my book, nigga. Beat somebody way taller than him, way longer reach, power, and on top of that, with top 10 to 5 skills. That unbeatable video game character you create. I agree. Blueprint. I agree. We probably do got to put Usyk at number one. But then again, I still will argue that heavyweights shouldn't be on a pound for pound list. So I can make an argument for that too. But Usyk, he has beat the better fighter so far in Tyson Fury. Because we all know Tyson Fury is a better fighter than Errol Spence. He's a better fighter than Errol Spence. If Errol Spence and Tyson Fury was in the same weight class, Tyson Fury would beat Errol Spence. Let's be real. We know Tyson Fury is a better fighter than Errol Spence. I'm not going to come on here and troll. I'm going to come on here and tell you guys the truth. I'm not going to be biased. If Errol Spence and Tyson Fury was the same size, I got Tyson Fury beating Errol Spence. Those are facts. So Usyk did beat a better fighter. So we got to give Usyk the credit. We're not gonna lie on this channel. We're gonna keep it 100. So blue when Shakur and Tank fight. You gonna bet me? I know Prince gonna bet me. Damon Hickman, you already know I'm coming. You already know I'm coming. I told you Shakur my guy. So if I say that's my guy, you know I'm backing my guy. What bothers Boots is people that that have good feet and aggressive fighters. We saw it with Karen. I agree. Prolific family. My question to most of these lost casuals and fanboys haters that do not like Shakur is, can your favorite fighter stop him from doing what he likes to do? Can they cut off the ring? Prolific family. That's the question for everybody. They don't believe in Shakur, but their guys can't stop Shakur from doing what Shakur does. And that's the problem. And they can't understand why why their favorite fighters can't stop Shakur from doing what Shakur does. But yet they don't think Shakur is that good. We see that with all of the great fighters. Brandon Romero, he says, I know people don't fight in their natural weight classes, but some. What's y'all top 5 most skilled fighter ever? I switched some of mine around today. Floyd number 1 in most skill ever. Top 5 most skill all time. Number 1 Floyd. Number 2 Sugar Ray. Number 3 Sugar Ray Robinson. Number 3 Bud. Number 5 Usyk. Number 4 Usyk. Number 5 Prince Nassim. That's a solid blue. That's a solid list. I like that list. Demond says number 1 is Floyd. What about Roy Jones Jr., guys? Y'all leaving out Roy Jones Jr. In his prime. Wasn't Roy Jones the most skillful fighter in his prime, or was he just athletic? Because I've heard some people say Roy Jones was the most skillful fighter, prime for prime, in his prime, or was he just athletic? A lot of people's leaving Roy Jones out. I've watched Roy Jones. He seemed very skillful. Oh, what happened to my man Pernell Whitaker? What happened to my man Pernell? We got Roy Jones, we got Pernell Whitaker, we got Sweet Pea. Come on, where is Sweet Pea on the list? Where's Sweet Pea? Where is Sugar Ray Leonard? Come on, man. We got to put these guys on that list. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Pernell Whitaker, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford, Alexander Usyk. These guys got to touch that list as well. Demond Hickman, that's one thing we finally can agree on. Blue said, y'all finally agree on one thing. Bud number 1, he can do everything from both sides. Most skilled fighter. Cybo, Floyd best defensive fighter ever. But Bud does have better way offense. Ayo, Cybo, I got to give it to Floyd too, though. I'm not going to lie. Floyd has better defense. I got to give it to him. I think Crawford defense is just a little bit under Floyd. I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit under Floyd. But Floyd beats out Terence Crawford when it comes to defense. We can't take that away from Floyd. We do our own shit out here, even though ain't shit out here for real. Salute. Floyd sharper, quicker, and maybe smarter. Used his tools with great efficiency, but Bud just got it all literally. Facts. Floyd likely got the higher IQ and highest IQ in boxing history. Floyd, my favorite fighter ever. Floyd TBE for a reason. Usyk is arguably number 1 pound for pound right now because he already undisputed in cruiserweight. Even Bud said Usyk is number 1 pound for pound. Bud never says that about Newey. He respects Usyk that much. Roy Jones' athleticism saved him. He's the most talented fighter of all time. Most skill is Floyd. Okay, that's what I was saying. So, yeah, maybe just he's the most talented, maybe not the most skilled. So, there's probably a difference right there. James Toney, Roy Jones there, but he ain't number 1. Hey, yo, salute to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody. Those are my 10 reasons why Canelo Alvarez loses to Terence Crawford. Let me drop the link. If anybody wants to come up for a couple of minutes to bust it up, you can hit the link and come on. Let's talk for a little bit. But I'm about to get off in like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm getting off in like 10 minutes, guys. I'm hungry. It's morning. I want to go get some breakfast. It's Sunday, though, so you guys know I'm coming back. I'm coming back for another live. But it's Sunday. I want to chill a little bit, go get something to eat, get some breakfast, So I got 10 to 15 more minutes left. Whoever want to come on the show, I just dropped the link. Hit the link and give me your 10 reasons why Crawford beats Canelo, or your 10 reasons why Canelo beats Crawford, if you believe that. But I just dropped the link on you. Hit the link if you want to come on the show. It's your boy, No Credit. And I hope a lot of people made some money last night. I hope a lot of people made some money last night. I know a lot of people lost a lot of money last night. I know a lot of people lost a lot of money. There's this one guy on my Instagram page, right? And I told this guy, I said, yo, bro, you need to cash out. This dude lost 2,500. He showed me his bet. I'm like, that's a nice bet, bro. But Jai Opataya is not going to knock out Maris Breeders. This is going to be a competitive fight. And I'm telling this guy, you cannot pick Jai Opataya to knock out Maris Breeders. This guy is not getting knocked out. You need to cash out. Take your 2,500. You bet 500 and you're going to win 2,500. Take your 2,500 and run. And this guy refused to cash out. He refused to cash out. And like I said, Maris Breeders, he gave Jai Opataya the fight of his life. And this guy lost 2,500 because he didn't want to listen to No Credit. When you don't listen to No Credit, you're going to suffer the consequences. You're going to suffer the consequences. I told that man to cash out, and he refused to cash out, and now he gets to suffer losing 2,500. He lost 2,500. I know he's sick. Matter of fact, he didn't just lose 2,500. He lost his initial 500. So, for real, we can really just say he lost 500, but he lost the potential to win 2,500. He only lost 500 out of his pocket, but he potentially lost 2,500. He should have cashed out like I told him to. He should have listened to me. Cyborg says, Blueprint, you really saw Ali go to the body? He flick a jab to the chest or stomach here and there, but rarely ever committed to body work. Cyborg, exactly. I'm looking at people who has the total package. What's y'all top 10 most skill? Create your minds right now. This gonna be hard. Yeah, that's a hard list. Top 10, that's a hard list. I side with Salvador Sanchez. I've heard a lot about him. Most skilled Mexican fighter was Salvador Sanchez or Finito Lopez. I've heard a lot about those guys too. So those guys must be very skilled. I've heard a lot about them guys. You know, I didn't grow up in those era. I didn't grow up in that time. I do my research, but I didn't grow up in the times of Salvador Sanchez and Finito Lopez. I'm a 2000 baby. I didn't grow up in that time. I grew up in the 2000s. I grew up in the Mayweather era a little bit until Mayweather retired. Then the next guy to fill his shoes was Terence Crawford. So I literally grew up at the end of the Floyd Mayweather's era and the beginning of Terence Crawford era. And now we're living in the Terence Crawford's era. Prolific family, no credit. I've been following you for about 2 years, my brother, with all the different channels. Salute. Please go over your 10 reasons why, again, I wasn't here earlier. Okay. Prolific family, I got you. I'll go back to my 10 reasons why Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. Prolific. These are my 10 reasons. D1. D13. Salute, D13.
Hey, Hey, look, I'm only gonna be on here for a couple of like seconds. I wanted to thank you so much.
You
You
said
can hear
what?
me?
Yeah, I'm
Can you
listening to
hear me?
you. Yeah, I hear you.
No, I
Salute, you can
wanted to
hear me?
thank you for. Yeah, I got a lag, so I'm just gonna just finish what I got to say quickly. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for your channel. I had the best conversation in boxing in the last 12 years the other day, and that wouldn't have happened without your channel. So I just wanted to thank you so much for that.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Anytime, man. Anytime. This is this is a non-biased boxing platform right here. Even though people see my channel and it got Bud name in the channel, so they say, "Oh, this dude's biased for Bud." No, I'm just giving Bud credit because honestly, this is a guy who got me into the sport of boxing. When Mayweather left that void, Crawford filled that void. You understand what I'm saying? And this is a guy who actually, I'm a boxer myself. This is a guy who, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is a guy who actually made me like, I wasn't a fan of the sport like that. I was watching boxing here and there, but this is a guy I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. When I saw Crawford, right?
Hmm.
I was a Floyd Mayweather fan. I was watching boxing, and I'm like, damn, Floyd Mayweather's about to retire. Who's gonna fill that void? And then I seen Terence Crawford, he can move like Floyd a little bit. But then I'm like, he moves like Floyd, but he has that killer instinct where he go get you. This is Floyd Mayweather 2.0.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, yo, what the freak? How do people not see this shit?
He's a special guy.
And
Like we
that
were saying the other
and when
day.
I want to cut you off. And me watching that, it made me want to go. It made me want to pick up some boxing gloves and actually go to the gym. Like
Wow,
it literally motivated me to want to be a boxer. And that's when I started boxing too. I started boxing like I say 2015, 2016. Yeah, 2015 for real. That's when
wow,
yeah, it motivated me to go box. I lied to you not.
wow. That's quite a testimony. That's really cool.
Yeah. And that's why I really go I really do kind of go hard for Bud because he really got me into the sport of boxing and really like start understanding the sport of boxing. You understand what I'm saying?
No, totally. And you should never apologize for respecting greatness.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like I said, we might never see anybody like this again ever. So we got to appreciate greatness when we see it and respect it. So
Right. We gotta get that man his flowers now, but these dudes, they refuse to. They wait until the man retires.
nah, I know. Like I was telling you before, just be patient with those knuckleheads. They're just haters, and it's kind of hard to appreciate greatness when you really see it. Because, like you said, a lot of people don't really know boxing, so they don't really know what they're really seeing yet. You know.
Right. Exactly.
But like I
This
said, I didn't want to take up much of your time. I just wanted to give you a shout out and just again thank you for the outlet with your channel. The hard work you put into it is really greatly appreciated, and I'm a big fan. So just keep up the good work. One last thing I do want to say is make sure you check out some Hagler tapes, though. You'll be amazed at what you see.
I will. I definitely will. But I
All right,
wanted to
brother.
get your little take real quick before you go. I want to get your take on that Fury versus Usyk fight where Usyk, because a lot of these dudes they keep talking about weight. Usyk was outweighed by like 40 pounds and he almost stopped Fury. What's your take on that?
Well, I give you another old school fight to look at. Go back and look at Ray Leonard and Donnie Lalonde.
Oh, I never heard of that fight.
Yeah, go back and YouTube that one. You'll be shocked at how big the champion Lalonde was compared to Ray Leonard. And Ray Leonard was moving up to light heavyweight to fight a champion. So,
Oh
but no,
wow. I
it's
gotta
kind of
check
what
that
it
one
is.
out. I might
In
watch that
heavyweight,
today.
right? I know, but it makes the point that you've been making all along. Is skills. It's not the weight.
Right.
I mean, unless a guy's just going to lean on a guy for the whole fight, um, you once you it's let me say this. It's like there's a movie, Big George Foreman, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but what he was talking about, he said it. the line a couple times in the movie. He said, "Look, this is boxing. It has rules. It's a sport, you know." So these big guys, you have a referee in there to break clinches for a reason.
Yup.
So the only way their weight really is an issue is if they're allowed to be leaning on people without clinches. So yeah, you've been making that point the whole time. So it just proves your point, really.
I appreciate it, D13.
Nah, keep up the good work, brother. Praise God for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too. Prolific family. These are my top 10 reason why Terence Crawford beats Canelo. In case you missed it. Number one, Canelo Alvarez is a counterpuncher, not a pressure fighter. Meaning Canelo Alvarez, he's gonna try to outbox you instead of walking you down. So when you find the smaller guy and you're trying to outbox the smaller guy who's a better boxer than you, we know that's a recipe for disaster. You understand what I'm saying? Prolific. So when Canelo's fighting Terence Crawford and he's trying to outbox Terence Crawford, it's gonna be bad. Why are you boxing? Why are you boxing with the smaller man? Why are you boxing with the smaller man? That's his strength. Why are you playing into his strength? That's a bad look. You cannot play into the smaller man's strength. You're supposed to walk him down. He's coming up to your weight class. He's coming up there to disrespect you. You're supposed to walk him down, cut off the ring, and try to get him out of there. All your boxing skills gotta go out the water. All your boxing skills have to go out the window when you fight in the smaller man. The reason why I go out the window because you cannot beat the smaller man with boxing skills. You have to bully the smaller man. You understand what I'm saying? So Canelo being a counterpuncher is gonna be crucial to why he loses this fight. Number two, Canelo is not a natural 168-pound fighter. He's just daring to be great. Canelo started his career at 140, guys. Canelo even got hurt at 147 by Jose Miguel Cotto brother. Miguel Cotto brother, Jose Miguel Cotto. At 147, he got hurt. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but he was seriously hurt at 147. He's never been hurt since then. So a lot of people are like, well, he's getting hit by bigger guys and he's not getting hurt. But then why did he get hurt by a smaller man at 147? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. The smaller guys are very difficult to deal with than the bigger guys. Number three, Canelo hasn't KO'd anyone in 3 years. Canelo hasn't had a knockout in 3 years. He couldn't KO Charlo, who was coming up 2 weight classes with a hand injury. Charlo was literally a punching bag, and Canelo couldn't KO him. Canelo couldn't KO John Ryder in his freaking hometown. He was home, and he still couldn't put on a show for his hometown fans. Canelo couldn't KO Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia is the perfect style. I said if Canelo won a knockout, a fight with Jaime Munguia would be the perfect fight for Canelo to get a knockout. And Canelo couldn't knock out Jaime Munguia. Are you serious? Number 4 on the list, Canelo is 5'7.5" in height with a 70-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford is taller than Canelo. He's 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Number 5 on the list, Canelo is usually always the better boxer when he fights. This is the first time in a long time, other than Dimitri Bivol fight, where Canelo will be in the ring with a guy who's a better fighter than him. That's number 5 on the list. Number 6 on the list, Canelo is not good in the clinches and the inside. Canelo is not good in the clinches. Go back and watch Canelo versus Charlo. When Charlo and Canelo was on the inside, Canelo was waiting for the referee to break the fight up. Why are you waiting for the referee to break the fight up when you're the bigger man and you're in the clinches with the smaller man? When you're in the clinches with the smaller man, that's when you're supposed to dominate because you're the bigger man. but Canelo is not good in the clinches. That's why he wait for the referee to break up the fight in the clinches. That's why he wait for the referee to break up the fight in the clinches. So he's not really good in the clinches. Number 6. And he doesn't really have a good inside game. Number 7, Canelo has slow feet. Canelo feet are like molasses. He has slow feet, guys. He has slow feet. His slow feet will be his downfall in this fight because he won't be able to stop Terence Crawford from giving him different looks, angles. Crawford's going to dance circles around Canelo Alvarez. His feet, like Oscar De La Hoya said it the best, Canelo feet is like it's stuck in the mud. It's stuck in mud. He has no, his feet is too slow. This is why he can't cut off the ring against a guy like Charlo. He made Charlo. Do you know Canelo made Jermell Charlo look like Charlo has the best defense in the world? Charlo was literally a punching bag, and Canelo couldn't cut off the ring and knock out Charlo. He made Charlo look like Charlo got the best defense in the world. People are literally saying Charlo was running. Charlo was running. But how can Charlo be running if Charlo don't have good defense? That's just, we have to put the blame on Canelo. He just wasn't able to cut off the ring because of his slow feet. Number 8, Canelo telegraphs his punches. Canelo telegraphs his punches. You see when Canelo's about to throw some big shit. When Canelo's about to throw a power punch, we see that shit from a mile away. But I will say this, though. Canelo telegraphs his punches. Somebody's playing music where I'm at. I'm about to get out of here because it's making me mad. Canelo telegraphs his punches. You understand what I'm saying? So Terence Crawford's gonna see those punches from a mile away. A mile away. That's number what? Number 8. Number 9, Canelo has no killer instincts. No killer instincts. He doesn't do everything he needs to do to go for the knockout. And number 10, he's an old 33, which means he's slowing down. He's slowing down. He's an old 33 and he's slowing down. You understand what I'm saying? He's slowing down. He's an old 33. You know, he's been boxing since he was 15 years old. So he's slowing down. But anyway, those are my 10 reasons why Bud Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. No credit, Canelo Alvarez. But anyway, guys, I'm about to get off this thing. I got to go get me some breakfast. I appreciate y'all. Salute to RDR Films. RDR Films says Triple G hurt him. Oh, Triple G probably did hurt him. Triple G probably did hurt him. Canelo toughest fights were guys his size, not bigger guys. RDR Films. Salute. Arnold Brown. No salute, no credit. Salute Arnold Brown. Damn, Arnold Brown, you're gonna have to watch the show over because I'm about to end the show. But it's your boy No Credit, and I'm out.